His spell has taken hold.
So, Tira, are you sure this will work?
No, but we've lost. This is the last possible chance this world may have. Okay, this is it. I love you both. Sorry it ends this way.
It is done.
To listen to more, search Echoes of Regoria wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Marketers, you know that feeling when your content just works? When you crush a viral trend before 10 a.m.? When one tiny tweak to a landing page sends click-through rates through the roof? That's Contentful. Dynamic content made blissfully simple. Contentful helps you create and launch personalized experiences instantly across any digital channel. No stress, no limits, only possibilities. Come get the feels at Contentful.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dice Roll, the queerest Pathfinder podcast on the planet, where we ask hard questions like, what policies could the kobolds use to get a win over Mayor Menheim's?
Faking votes.
Are you suggesting voter fraud immediately?
Now,
Vote fraud?
that's not a policy so much as it is a technique, but I will allow
It's a strategy.
I will allow it. I don't know that it will work because, and I'm saying this with nothing but love and respect for the Hellscale party, I don't know that they know how to do that.
They didn't
Like,
think
if
about
I
it.
had to guess, I would say that they don't know how to do that at all. In fact, I don't think they know they can do it.
I think that if they just dropped their entire platform and made a new one, that would probably sway people more towards them.
Okay, but that doesn't really... Okay, well, I was going to say... The thing is, I don't know that they have a platform. In fact, I think they are actively looking for a platform. Because all they want to do is win. They don't care what happens afterwards. They want to win. And we're their political advisors. And we each have to give them...
no homework.
we each have to go to them with one piece of political advice to say, Hellscale kobolds, this is how you get in over Mayor Menheim's. And then, just like that, they win. Because we're such good political advisors. And, you know, we know how all those previous selections could have been won, right?
The policy that would win everybody in Otari over is 1 portion of cookies and milk to every citizen.
The way I really feel like they do that as a policy.
They would. I feel they would have a free ponies type of policy, yes. But I don't know that it would work on everyone. Because I feel people like Keelano or like, oh my god, Captain Longsaddle. I feel those guys would be like, well, who's actually paying for it? There's no such thing as free cookies. And then there'd be a whole thing about where their budget is going, and I think that hands them a loss.
Kill yourself.
That happens in the debate. One day,
Yeah.
Menheim's completely trumps the matriarch, and she's like, suicide! And I feel that also hands them a loss.
I think that would hand them a win, actually.
They'd be like,
Bold new political strategy.
I think if I were a Hellscale kobold and I wanted to win Otari, I would suggest more statues.
Of?
Just things people like, because people like when there is a statue of the thing they built.
People like grapes.
So, like, let's say they win, right? And they're like, if we win, we will have more statues. And people are like, of what? And then the kobold winks saucily and says, you decide. Day 20 of the election, after, they get voted in, we have statues of everything people in Otari likes. There's like a statue of the Fogfen Few, because, you guys are popular. There's a statue of Keelano Latinar. There's a statue of, I don't know, A big fish? Someone called a big fish? That's a statue too.
I promise you, sure as the day turns tonight, Silk Witchelm would delay that fucking statue of himself months, even maybe a year, because of how picky he is going to be about how he is depicted and how perfect the face is.
Exactly. Well, you know what? But I feel Silk would vote for having a statue of himself, right?
Oh, super! Yeah,
So
that wins him over.
That's a win. That's a potential win. That's one person voting for us.
That's Silk Witchelm endorsing the fucking...
I say we all vote for the Hellscale Kobolds because, well, they've just got what it takes.
They just have that panache, you know.
Dave and Luna, what are your pieces of solid political advice to win the Hellscale Kobolds to the town of Otari?
You know, I'm not sure.
You don't think it can be done?
It's not that I don't think it can be done. I just don't know what advice I'd give in that way.
So you're saying they're unfit to rule?
Oh my goodness.
Brother,
That's mudslinging.
pancakes and waffles, Jesus.
No. So what I'm getting at here is that is in itself a piece of political advice, because now they're the underdogs. Oh, Mayor Menhemes, he thinks he's too big to fail, right? He's coasting on that name recognition. You know who else coasted on their name recognition? Andrew Cuomo. Which is a joke that's going to be unfunny in like 2 weeks because everyone's going to have forgotten that the New York elections ever happened. But for a moment,
they'll forget.
Listeners in the future, for a moment, America chanted Zoran Mamdani.
Christ.
What I'm saying is they should do an underdog campaign.
God.
That's what I'm getting from you being unsure that anything can get them in.
Not even what I said. I said I don't know what advice I'd give them.
But I'm the advisor that whispers into the kobold's ears, and
You're
I
the
twist
eunuch.
people. I'm the eunuch. Okay.
You don't like being a eunuch? I want to play a eunuch so bad it hurts.
Do you?
It hurts, the eunuch. Quote from the eunuch.
Jesus.
And Luna, what about you? What's the key to kobold victory?
Learn from the past guy, don't make it a fucking smear campaign. And only a smear campaign.
Interesting.
Because they already got a lot of fucking beef with the Menhemes. Like, yeah, we get it, but like, what are you gonna do for the town?
Because, like, so what you're saying is you're going in and they're like, we'll print the million poster saying debt to the Menhemes. And you're like, okay, what else do you have? And they're like, no, debts to the Menhemes. And you're like, hold on, we've walked this path before.
Would you like to hear about what happened to the last guy? He's in jail. For many reasons.
His life was barely spared.
Mostly because he killed a guy, but he's also in jail for being a bad mayoral candidate, which is a real thing that can happen.
His
Andrew
whole platform
anyway,
really was Mayor Menhemes is a bitch-ass motherfucker and he fucked my wife.
A little bit, yeah.
Honestly. Well, I think, guys, with this, the kobolds will surely. What I love, by the way, is that the elections happened like less than 2 months ago. Like, they happened at the Founders Festival. And these guys, I don't know how long the terms are for a mayor, but it's surely not a few months. So these guys are starting really early.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They got time, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. How long is a mayoral term limit? Usually about 4 years. Sometimes it's different in different places. They've got a long 4 years. Wait a second. When did Abomination Vaults come out?
Yesterday.
Oh my god.
Where is it on the Galarian calendar?
Oh my god, it came out in May 2022, which means next May is going to be the elections. Guys, the kobolds might have this.
Oh my god.
From our point of view, the elections are ramping up. In the real world, because like obviously in today's date in Golarion is a few years after Abomination Vaults. Abomination Vaults happened a while ago in canon. It's in 4722. It's 4725. Mayor Menheim's seat is up for grabs in less than a year. What are we going to do about it? Get those kobolds elected. Amen.
No.
Not the amen.
Not elect them.
Not
Would
the
That
we-
amen.
sexy man in office.
You know what? Doriana Menheim's for mayor.
Stop it. She'll be like
She's
15.
11.
She'll be like, my
Like-
first order of business is no more homework.
You stole my fucking joke.
No, I made that
Yes. Fuck you.
up. Would we like to play some Pathfinder, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. When we last left our adventurers in the Abomination Vaults, Ulrich, Fiore, and Silk made their way back from the cave of the Marsh Giants. Accompanied by the surviving soldiers of Ildaris, you found a few things to bring back with you. The Emerald Fulcrum Lens among them. You also came across a deep gnome looking for his ancestors who, well, unfortunately, were changed by the vaults as well. A will-o-wisp infiltrating your group. Oops. And a new best friend. Aloysius Feodore Delbert Witchhelm, a riding lizard which Silk purchased before going on a shopping spree throughout Ildaris to buy clothing, fashion, and materials for one San Cancelier to help her open her new store in Otari. With all this in mind, you all began returning to the surface, conscious that this time, when you returned to Otari, soon after, one Phosero Witchelm would be coming to Otari, and with them, the possibility of Silk being ordered to return to Absalom once and for all. So, fellas, with that all in mind, how are we feeling? How are we doing? Are we ready to hop back in? Want to go back to Otari?
I do. Silk doesn't. But he will. He's going to.
Well, 4 silhouettes show up on the horizon. Ulrich, Fiore, and Silk. And of course, Aloysius Feodore Delbert Witchhelm. The 3 of you are riding upon your riding lizard's back as it squints at the sun above. It doesn't seem to particularly like it, but it is not adapted exclusively for living in the Darklands, so it is able to live in the sun. The 3 of you ride this beautiful lizard through the Fogfen. It is late, and you have carts of clothing and fabric along with you. And tomorrow, or the day after, Phosero Witchelm will come to Otari. Silk has a plan to mislead Phosero into thinking all is well. But, well, it's still a scary concept, isn't it? How are the 3 of you doing as you make your way back to Otari tonight?
I would probably say that Ulrich is nervous for several reasons. They don't want Silk to be swept back to Absalom for multiple reasons. And this whole plan, she doesn't want to think about it, but could go awry. And also trying to both, like, deceive, but also, like, impress their boyfriend's sibling. I will say that Ulrich is probably trying to work on his poker face. He's not very good at lying.
Yeah, how is that working out for you so far?
Probably not good because, you know, the hood and everything hid a bunch of the emotions. The hood is now off. Unless you can somehow wrangle it back from Doriana.
Yeah, you can't go
And
back
you
to
won't.
Doriana. I need my hood back. I've got to lie to my in-laws.
Crying is wrong, Ulrich. she would probably say.
Oh, she totally would. What about Silk? How are you doing? It's got to weigh big on you, huh?
Oh, yeah, it is. This is the lifelong object of his heart coming to visit. Silk loves almost nothing more in this world than their baby sibling. But also, my god, is it absolutely nerve-wracking, and it's the first time Silk has ever even thought about not wanting Phosero around. Not because it's them, but because of the possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It is very hard, and it's scary. And Silk is... It's hard to lie to somebody that you love. Silk has never lied to Phosero. Not once. He's a fantastic liar. By default, he's the best in the group.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
still, it doesn't make it easier. He will do anything he can, and if and when it doesn't work, he is prepared to beg.
Do you think it'll come to that?
Probably.
Okay.
Phosero is smart. But it's
Yeah.
not like Silk isn't going to try.
And how is Fiore Sunchaser?
I think he's okay. I think he's not so
The
like
thing
he is
is-
worried about Silk, but I think he's kind of pretty sure that that's gonna work itself out. This is just how he is.
Mm-hmm. And knowing's on his mind?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
He's not he is worried, but he's not that worried about Silk. He's like, it'll probably be fine. I think he's more just anxious about
You had an incident earlier, didn't you?
yeah. I think he's still anxious about that.
Last night, while you were fighting the giants, you made hell appear. You drew hell into this plane, and it hurt your friends and it hurt your allies. And there's no talking around that because you did do it. How are you holding up?
Yeah. Well, he looks fine.
Okay, that means everything's good, right?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Okay, let's move on.
He looks fine, and that's what he wants you to believe.
Mm-hmm. Well, the road back home, as you are all going, Silk, you are at the front because dear sweet Aloysius Feodor Delbert.
Aloysius Feodor Delbert Witchelm.
The big AFDW.
Never
he-
fucking call him that again.
Sorry.
You address him by his full
Feodor
name.
Delbert Witchelm. Only by his
You would address him by his full Shellenite name.
his full Shellenite name, Aloysius Feodor Delbert Witchelm. He will respond to your command alone.
Fire.
How are you guys doing as you make your way back? Silk, have you explained what your plan is, or are you kind of just
Yeah,
letting...
he did.
Yeah.
He's asked both of their help to try and, make it believable that the Menhim's crypt is a dungeon, actually. Or at least a site worth researching.
Okay. And that's going to be something you guys are doing tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you talk about it a little bit? Because I'm sure Silk has more than a few notes, surely.
Oh, yeah. Silk is sitting atop Aloysius Feodor Delbert Witchelm, kind of biting his fucking thumb. He's princess sitting. He's not even wearing a skirt. That's just how much of a princess he is. But he has the Astronomicon in his lap, and he's kind of flipping through it, before he says,
Okay, well, maybe if I scatter notes and I make it look like an actual on-site study, that could be something. Or I spoke to Igonus about any kind of illusion magic, but there's no way that that's passing Phosero's nose.
Yeah.
And what about the casket itself? Like, how do we explain that?
I suppose.
Well, I don't suggest we move bodies.
Yeah, we can't do that.
But
Even that's
I mean-
against my moral code.
it's not really unheard of that a crypt would become what would be known as a dungeon. Like, I've definitely seen that before. Like, it's not shocking to me.
And, well, the history of Menheim's is inexplicably tied to Nimbeloth, who I am studying.
Well, I guess we could probably put your notes around all the sigils that prevent undeath, maybe?
Oh, certainly.
The construct is destroyed.
I'll need to pick up... I need to pick up the Whispering Reeds and the Thresholds of Truth from Rin. I had to scope out a place just to make sure that her and Sinemi aren't having visitations.
Hmm.
I have nothing to do with their conjugal recreation.
I believe Tsunami's already given enough shit from us and Bryn, so...
She'll get more.
Then,
Believe me.
yes, absolutely.
I don't have time to be mean right now.
There'll always be that later.
I think that Silk kind of peers over at Fiore, with a bit of a worried expression, and he says,
I know that being dishonest is hard, but I really would appreciate as much help as you can give.
I'll do what I can. It's not just that it's difficult. Like, I get, like, it physically affects me. Like, it gives me a sunburn. That
to
will
be
eventually
champion.
be visible.
True. You are red. So how
This guy
visible is
doesn't
it
know what
really?
I
sunburns
need
look
to
like on red skin.
I don't. I can't say I know many men with red skin.
I'm unique like that. I'll do what I can.
I just have to rely on both of your knowledge of dungeons and adventuring.
I think Borbo kind of rustles out from under Silk's hat, and he's like,
For what it's worth, I'm very, very, very excited to meet Herr Witchelm II.
Silk grabs Borbo,
What?
Boba,
Yes.
and he brings Borbo very close to his face, and he smiles.
don't fuck this up for me.
Why do you think I would do this? I will lie
Not on
for you.
purpose, but you are
I-
very bad at lying. And
No.
you have a large mouth.
Yes,
I love
for
you.
jumping.
I love you, dearly. You're not amazing at keeping secrets. It's not your talent. Your talents lie elsewhere.
No, it is not true. I'm an excellent liar.
That's not true, my love.
Bobo, need I remind you, Jarek?
Not once have I told you about the secret shortcuts to the bottom of the dungeon.
You what?
Yeah, the secret shortcuts to the bottom of the dungeon.
Borbo, we
Arik
What?
grabs Silk's hand that has Borbo and puts
Fucking double gripping him.
very close to his face, like, even I'm very perceptive, but I didn't know about these things. We need those shortcuts so we can get around faster, especially to the current floor.
Borbo looks at you with big shiny eyes and then just kind of gnashes his teeth and says,
I was lying.
Squeezes him.
Did I not just prove my point?
He squeezed, Arik squeezes him too.
So all those other times were on purpose? Is that what you're telling me, Borbo?
No, see, I wasn't setting out to lie at that point. But if I know I must lie, then I can be great deceiver.
Okay, then you must lie about every single fucking thing to Phosero.
I will do
Promise me
this.
You can do that?
I will do this. Not a droplet
And-
of truth will leave my mouth.
You must get it across how safe I am here.
Of course.
And how I have never run into a lick of trouble.
Yes, Master Silk.
Thank you.
Borbo seems very pleased with himself.
Silk gives him a little kiss on his face.
he chatters because that's his face.
Arik still feels like throwing him.
And so you guys start approaching the town of Otari. What are you gonna do with this mass of fabric?
Oh, that gets put in some storage. That is that I've just now decided is in.
It's a big ass house.
It's
Come
a
on.
big fucking house. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not like a loading dock, but there's maybe like a shed that he puts it near in the back of the estate that he can cover with some fabric he doesn't quite care about. He will take that to San later when he doesn't have to lie to the only family he's ever loved.
Yeah. First things first, right? So for now, you're going to keep that stuff under lock and key and give it to San once you've kind of dealt with the more pressing immediate matter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that sounds fair enough. You put it under lock and key, you keep it in good condition, and you will return to that when you have an ounce of time. Ulrich, you are heading home to your place. It's quite late now. And hey, you know what? 7 p.m. came and went. Didn't get nimble-lotted. And Fiore, as you are heading home, you make your way down the beach. You wave goodbye to Silk and Ulrich before they head their way. You make your way down to the Dawnflower Temple. And as you kind of get to the front door, a few of the other Serenites kind of wave you in and quickly are calling, of course, for your moms because they always like to check in on you when you're back from the dungeon. And I think it's Rumina who comes up to you, kind of like smiling, says, "Hey kid, you were away for a night and your mom was very worried. Doing okay?"
Sorry, I wasn't trying to. I thought we were going to stay a little longer and it was late when we finished, but...
That's okay. Are you doing all right? She suddenly seems a little worried. She can immediately tell.
I'm fine.
Do you want me to grab Mama?
I don't know. Okay, I'm not fine. I don't like lying.
I'm gonna go grab Mama, okay? It's okay, it's okay. Come here. Look, why don't we bring you, do you want us to go to... Why don't we go to the prayer room? Nice and quiet there. No one will bother us. It'll just be us, okay?
I'd like that.
And very soon, Fiore, you are whipped away and taken back to the prayer room. It is a mostly empty room. There is, I think, the roof is domed with stained glass, showing like the sun and like distant stars, which are themselves suns. And during the day, of course, it is the main sun that is lit up. But during the night, I think it probably like I'd like to imagine it's some sort of like
it could be magic.
Bioluminescent. It could be magic, that's true. But I think it is powered by sunlight, where those distant suns are the ones glowing, right?
I like
so
that.
Even here at night, it is natural sunlight that is coming through. And as you kind of kneel here, your armor off, in a comfy white shirt, I think Vandy comes in and she's kind of got a "where is he? What's going on?" type look of like.
She's so slow.
Well, where's my boy? And she sees you and says, "Fiore, are you all right?" And she pops up to you and immediately is like checking you for wounds, making sure you're all right. What happened?
I'm okay. I didn't get, well, I mean, I got injured, but it's healed. It's not that, it wasn't that
happened?
Bad. We were fighting these marsh giants. It was a really, really difficult fight. Like, we had to get, I told you about the city?
Of course, yes.
We had to get help from them. We had to get help from them and, like, to bring, like, a small militia, basically. It was a lot of them. And things were getting dire, and I thought maybe I could cast something. Because
that was very brave of you.
It's dangerous, and I don't want people to die. And it made hell happen.
I think all of that, both of them kind of wince immediately, like, oh shit, that is the last thing we want to hear. What do you mean?
Like, hell sprouted up around me. And it was...
The plane of hell?
The plane of hell. And it was hurting people. Not just the people we were fighting.
The two of them glance at each other, a little bit worried. And I think you explain exactly what happens. They're like fully clued in. You tell them everything that happened, how it hurt people, and you see the two of them grimacing. Because that's not what they want to hear their hell-phobic son say that he experienced, you know? That's bad.
It's pretty bad.
I think Vandy, she kind of sits next to you and pets your back and says, "Oh, Fiore, I'm so sorry, but that didn't... You may have caused some minor injury, but you didn't kill anyone. No one was hurt. Not truly hurt. Ulrich sounds like he was able to heal up the wounds that were caused by exposure to hell, and even then, nothing happened that mattered. You using magic helped save the day."
Yeah, but I just started to feel a little more comfortable casting on purpose. It just happens usually, because I'm not doing it myself. I just don't want to. I don't want to do that again.
I think Vandy is very much so like kind of peppering you with lots of, "Oh, it's okay, it didn't matter that much." I think Rumina goes a little quiet before she kind of like looks to you and says, "You know, getting better from something isn't a linear path, right?"
I guess, but...
Well, look at it this way. Once upon a time, I got into a battle with a manticore, right? And for a hot minute, that left me... And she kind of looks to the side, almost embarrassed, really scared of cats.
You're scared of cats?
I'm better now. She puts her hands up. I'm better now. I think Vandy smiles a little because she does remember this, but Rumina continues and she's like, "I was really freaked out by them. Manticores are scary monsters, right? Like they're big lions with man faces and scorpion tails. It's not great, right?"
Yeah.
But I started to kind of... It got me really bad. Then she kind of pulls her shirt up a little bit to show a bit of her side, and there is a really gnarly scar into it, you know?
Oh.
And she says it
Think
got...
about that.
Every scar has a cause, and most scars are physical, yeah, but this one also was mental. I started seeing manticores everywhere I went, you know? When I was sleeping, I would dream about that thing coming down on me. When I saw a cat, it would freak me the hell out because I would think it was a manticore, you know? And your mama, she was great. She was able to help. One of the Dawnflower's doctrines is healing, but, you know, I was doing pretty good. She was helping me, and I was able to kind of overcome it, right? Then one day when we were traveling, it was me, Mama, and Jan Yasmera, and immediately Vandy's face sours because that bitch.
She didn't do anything.
Well, you just listen to what she did here, Vandy Tuts. And yeah, Jan had found a baby mountain lion, and she thought it was cute. So she had intended on taking it back to Absalom. And...
That's dangerous.
Yes, well, when has Jan Yasmera ever shown care for other people? Okay, look, it's fine. The baby got out. And I found it going through our food. And in that moment, even though I had been doing better, I saw it, and because it was bigger than a cat, I froze. I thought it was a manticore. And I drew my sword, and I went to fight it away. And Jan Yasmera came out and started yelling, and I struck at her with my blade.
Oh.
I had been doing better, much better. I was able to look at cats at that point. I was able to even consider a cat adorable. if I saw one on the street and I wasn't too close to it. But in that moment, I failed, and I hurt some. Obviously, Jan was fine. The manticore, the mountain lion went back into the wilderness, and we weren't too far from when we had passed through where Jan said she picked it up, so it was probably fine. This was just before we had found you, so Jan, your mama, and I were not on the best terms at that point, and finding you kind of sealed the deal on our relationship.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's for the better. She's doing better too. Well, I don't know if Vandy. Sorry. It's okay. Was I wrong, Fiore, for lashing out and being afraid when something like that happened?
No.
Did that happening mean I wasn't recovering?
No.
So, does this mean that you have to fail at your recovery?
I guess not.
And she kind of sits beside you as well, and she puts an arm around you and says, getting better isn't a one-pat track. Things are not clean. They're not easy fixes. Look at your friend Silk. When Silk had the ghoul curse, did he get better immediately?
No.
There was a lot of back and forth, wasn't it? Ups and downs, and almost getting out, and then it getting worse than ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes time. And I'm sure even with your friend Ulrich, do you think that he felt 100% ready to have his cloak off forever once he went out without it? Do you think he didn't feel doubt sometimes?
No. I
These
guess.
things take time, Fiore. Bad things happen, and they will set you back. But that doesn't mean that they're permanent setbacks. You having this encounter with hell is a terrible thing that happened to you. And you are within your rights to be scared and to not want to cast magic. But it doesn't mean that it's a permanent stop to what you were doing. One day you'll be able to cast again, and you'll be able to cast proudly and defeat monsters and villains with it. But that's not necessarily today, and you don't need to rush yourself back to it. Recovery is not a linear path. It is a slope of mountains, and sometimes you will skid down those mountains. You just need to remember to get back up at the end, once you've rested.
Okay.
How are you feeling, kid?
It was in front of so many people. I would have already been anxious if it was just my friends, but they were in front of the militia and the queen of that city, and obviously they're not going to judge it. I don't really think they care about that sort of thing. Like, I know they don't really care. Not like that. But I saw them be startled by it, and it made me feel... It made me feel like a little kid again.
Did any of them, Randy kind of puts a hand up, did any of them say anything about it?
Mm-mm.
Did Silk or Ulrich say anything about it?
Mm-mm.
Do you think anyone minded as much as you did?
I guess not.
Did they?
I guess not. It's not fair.
What's not fair?
But it makes sense.
Yeah, I feel ya. I've been there a million times. I wish it didn't make sense, right?
Yeah. I just didn't feel good. And I don't really think I'm gonna cast for a little bit, at least. Or ever. But I don't know.
Okay. That's okay, Fiore. You don't need to cast. So long as you understand that could have happened to any caster. You think Ulrich and Silk never have mistakes when they're casting?
Well, they don't really.
Not in front of you, because they're very practiced. But I 100% believe that Silk, at least, he's been casting for years now, right? He's studied at a magic college.
Yeah.
Next time, now what you do is that tomorrow, you ask Silk, casually at some point, Silk, have you ever had any magical mishaps? And I guarantee that Silk will tell you that he has.
I'll try.
And I think Rumina kind of gives you a little noogie, and she says, It's okay. Things are tough. But you're still the hero of Otari, right? That's what people are calling you guys.
It feels so intense. I just want to help.
Well, the Fogfen Few are basically the new Rose Guards. That's what I'm hearing people say.
That's insane.
For now, would you like to have something nice to eat? We can make you couscous. I know you like, and we have some moss.
I'd like that. Can I ask advice, though? How?
Yes, of course. Anything, Fiore.
I have no idea how to help Silk.
With what?
The thing.
Or
with
have
his
you already
brother.
told? Have you already
Yeah.
told
There
it?
was a thing. The thing with their sibling.
Oh, Have you considered telling Silk to take this sibling to the Abomination Vaults? Because I always say that honesty is the best policy.
If I tell Silk to do that again, it's not gonna happen. I not that I think that Silk is a bad person. I don't even care that he wants to lie. Like, I get it. I understand. His family's not. Well, his parents aren't. Like.
Well, I think that in the end, acting with honor and valor is what matters most. And I think Rumina sends Vandy a look before saying, have you considered just praising Silk in vague terms?
I'll try to do that.
I think speaking the truth, but not clarifying about what you were referring to may be what it takes to help here. Tell this Phosero that Silk is an amazing caster and has saved you from danger in the past, and do not clarify on how terrible these dangers are. Chime in when Silk says something and agree, but do not provide additional details on your own. And I think Vandy turns to Rumina horrified, and she's like, "You really shouldn't lie." And she's like, "Yeah, every once in a while."
I'm excited to meet his sibling.
Well, from everything that Silk has told you about this Phosero, they seem like a very lovely, charismatic young dam.
I don't know if that's how you refer to people who use they, them.
Person will work.
I think person will work.
Well, make sure that you send Phosero our regards when you meet them, okay? And of course, invite them over to the temple. I'm sure there will be. It's never too late in life to find the light of Saren, right? Or,
I don't know about. I don't know. They're a veteran.
What?
They're a veteran from the World Wound, from the Crusades,
what?
the Mendevian Crusader. I found this out today.
Both of them are standing up. What?
They apparently they participated in the Crusades against the World Wound in Mendev, and I didn't find this out until.
Demon Slayer coming? Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, by the light of Sarenrae, we need to be preparing a feast. You couldn't have told us this earlier? A Crusader in Otari?
I found out today or yesterday. I don't remember. Either way, I was in the dungeon and then I came back and I told you immediately. I promise I didn't hide this information.
The two of them are getting up and they're groaning, and one's like, "We have to put out decorations. We need to be wearing ceremonial garb. If a Crusader of Mendev is coming to our little town." But unbeknownst to you, Fiora, you have made a lot of work. It shan't merely be you coming, dressing up the town tomorrow. But nonetheless, how are you doing as these two freak their gourds and start prepping for everything?
I think he's feeling a little bit better. I don't think he feels perfect or anything. That would be crazy. But I think he feels a little better.
Okay. It's something, right?
That's kind of how he thinks about it.
Well, Fiore, you're able to get a good night's rest. And so do all of you. And then morning comes. Ulrich, to start, I want you to make me a will save.
Yep, was pulling it up. Have hero point just in case. 26.
Yep. I genuinely regret to inform you that is one below the DC.
Oh, Bitch. Okay.
So, Ulrich, you wake up, and once again, you are in a world without anyone else.
I think he wakes up, sees that everything is fucking monochrome, and just says, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
You go back to sleep.
Literally, he like grabs Fiore's fucking talisman, the goddamn onyx crystal, and from his nightstand, fucking brings it to his chest, puts the blanket over his head again, and goes, "Only for another hour, just for another hour to think of something else."
So I don't think you are physically able to go back to sleep in this mode. No matter if you try, it's just this looming nothingness. It's almost like you can feel the world pressing down on you. It's like sleep paralysis, but you are mobile. You know what I mean? It's terrible.
At that point, they're just like eyes closed, and that's it. They're not even trying to go back to sleep, just their eyes are closed, clutching the items.
And I think, Ulrich, you stay like that for an hour. You don't go outside, I assume, because that's, she can see you if you go outside.
Yep. Anywhere that he is at, just stays inside. Inside.
Close the curtains and you do your best to slowly but surely wait out this hour, but it feels like so much longer. And then you wake up. Well, not wake up, but you snap back to reality when you hear scratching under the bed.
Ulrich throws the blankets from off his face, and with a very annoyed sigh, it's just like, "What? Ow!"
Do you look under the bed?
I think they say a very quick prayer to Halkamora, along with it, "And please, for the love of all gods in the inner sea, if this thing pops out at me, I will kill myself."
The scratching is still coming.
It gives me a goddamn heart attack. I think I might just die. And they lean over the bed and just upside down look under.
And as you look under it, everything's in color again, and you see a little shape staring at you, golden eyes and goat-like horns, and as it backs away into the corner. And
what?
Indeed, it is Dromai, and she goes, "I'm sorry!" Covering her head, immediately prostrating herself before you.
My
she will
God.
do anything to prevent you from killing her.
Oh, God. Trauma. Holy fuck.
I'm sorry!
No.
I didn't know anyone was in here!
Trauma, this is my house.
There was no one in here when I came in!
That's a long story, but
I am
did you just come in here within the hour?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is my room, this is my house, and for the foreseeable future, until Belcour is slain, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., I may or may not be in here.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I
don't know.
You're okay.
I just came here to kind of hide because... Ooh.
Hide? What's going on? Are you okay?
I just... I ran away from home again.
Oh... Hang on, you can come out from under the bed. It's okay, I'm not gonna hurt you.
She kind of scrambles out.
Arik steps out of bed, still in his goddamn PJs.
Yeah, she doesn't comment on that. She doesn't know what pajamas are.
Just okay. Start from the beginning. What happened?
She kind of just shifts around and says, "I had another argument with my moms, and it's just, it's hard because I love them, but they're also, they still
overbearing?
Yeah, it's not just, yes, overbearing is a good word, but also they have, they have their opinions about what's good and righteous and what's, base and slovenly. And it's all this stuff about how I should be giving up, Nocticula and following a real fiend like Asmodeus. And, stop drawing on stuff and stop painting on people while they're asleep. And it's hard, So this time I've run away for real.
Okay. Ulrich brings out his desk chair, takes the books that are on the chair off, and says, sit down. Sit down for a minute.
She takes a seat.
And Ulrich sits on his bed, looks Dromai straight in the eyes, and says, you are an adult in Kobold, yes, I'm assuming.
More or less, yeah.
Okay. You have the capacity to make your own choices.
Yeah, but they don't appreciate those choices.
And you can try so damn hard to convince them otherwise. Show them exactly where your passions lie, even if they're not traditional. And the rest is unfortunately just their problem.
Yeah, but they keep saying stuff like, we're not gonna let you go out and make a fool of us before the elections. And I don't know what they keep talking about, but it's really getting to me. And
okay.
And for what? Because I painted a lovely self-portrait on the wall outside.
Outside where?
Oh, outside our little house. We have a little house. We bought it with
your
the gold
house.
we had.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Your house. Okay. I wanted to make sure. Okay. When it comes to family image, it does seem like they have a lot of pride in that kind of thing, but I think the issue is they have to realize that you are your own person, not just a piece of your family. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but it's even getting more complicated now because of the skeleton.
Oh, you've met the skeleton. Wait, how is it complicating things?
Oh, because he thinks he should be the leader of the Hellscale Kobolds because he's technically the eldest, and my mom is getting really possessive about it, and now she's like, Dromai, stop making a fool of yourself because you keep drawing pictures of yourself on the wall outside and drawing on people while they sleep and making a mess. And I didn't ask for them to move to Otari. I was happy to be the only one here. And then they all came, and now there's a skeleton. And I just want to do art, and I haven't even tagged a dungeon yet because it's full of terrifying monsters.
And we will clean it up so you can tag the entire thing and have it as your own. That is a promise. Okay. I would like to apologize on behalf of Fogfen Few for your family being in Otari. They seem to think that they could undermine Mayor Menhims and take over Otari via voting.
I mean, it's fine.
I'm not sure
you
if that's
didn't kill
actually
them,
going
which
to
was
work.
pretty sweet.
What was that?
You didn't kill them, which was pretty sweet.
Oh, no, we're not going to kill them. No, absolutely not. They were under Erevian. They didn't even want to be... I don't even know if they wanted to be under him in the first place. They were basically brainwashed. I feel like they just need a fair history lesson on why this skeleton kobold, who actually is their elder, didn't want to be called the Hellscale Kobolds in the first place.
It's just so complicated. I wish there was an easy way to sort this all out. Is it okay if I stay here for a little while under your bed, just chilling?
You can stay here. I can bring a extra mat or something. I don't want you to just lay on the floor under my bed.
Oh no, I'm not worthy of a mat.
Honey. I'm getting you a mat. Oh my goodness. You are getting a mat, you're getting pillows, and you're getting a blanket. There is no argument from me.
Do you need a familiar or something?
I need I don't
She looks at you with big eyes.
I'm just a bot. I don't know if we have familiars.
You could consider branching out.
I mean, you are an artist, and as a fellow artist, I do appreciate you being around.
My advice is to think on it.
Like, actually?
If you want it, it's your call. It's your call.
It would be a little funny, especially because Ulrich is still feeling a little spiteful towards Burbo, just a little bit.
That's really
so,
funny. Ulrich mid-ting being like, I know how to get back at Porbo. But regardless, are you keeping her here for a while as she sorts through her family dispute?
Yes, and Ulrich is being very supportive.
How does Ulrich feel about that? That's, all things considered, you have a family that you do not clash with much. The Reveras are a pretty close family, all things considered. How are you doing all this?
Like, all things considered, Ulrich does, like, cringe at some of the things that his family does, but it's, like, the normal amount of cringe what your family is gonna fucking do. Like, nicknames in front of your friends that you're trying to impress because you're a shy boy. Like, but all in all, like, they didn't pressure him to, like, go into the family vineyard. They didn't pressure him to, like, open a business himself. They gave him the opportunity to think on that. Like, they might have said, like, hey, maybe you should do this a long time ago, but they gave him the freedom to think on that for himself. So being on or witnessing someone on the other side of that, he wants to help. I don't know if that entirely means that he has all the answers, but at the same time, he's just trying to be supportive and trying to give, like, any sage advice that he can. It's just that this is Dromai's family, and they don't want to get in between or, like, dictate how her family should be run, I guess. The most important thing to Ulrich is, Dromai, what do you want to do? What makes you happy? Because that's the most important thing. You're the person that you're going to be living with your entire life. So, what'll make you happy in this life?
And I don't think she seems to have a particularly good answer to any of that. So, Ulrich, as you deal with your new roommate, you snuck in while you were in Nimbolot's town, which is crazy.
Dice Will Roll will return after these messages. We now return to Dice Will Roll.
We now travel to Silk, Fiore, and I guess you, Ulrich, you're probably going out to do this. You have a day of decorating and preparation to do. So, first off, are you taking Dromai to help, or are you leaving her to rest in your room? Just so I know.
Ulrich leaves it up to Dromai, like, whatever she wants to do, if she thinks that she can help out with all of this. But at the same time, Ulrich is like, just, don't say much if you decide to come with us. Please do not say too much.
I think you probably take her here with the decorating because she has an artistic talent.
Yes.
I think
as soon as Phosero gets there, she's leaving.
Yeah, leave her back. Leave her back in your house. Give her some kibble. She'll be happy. She won't come out.
Kibble?
Don't give her actual food. What?
She wants to kibble.
Ulrich will have her experience like an actual home-cooked meal cooked by him.
Silk, the morning before your sibling gets here arrives. Well, how are you feeling?
Anxious. I don't think I've ever really gotten into what Silk's exact family dynamic is.
It's not great from what we've seen.
No, it's not great, but it's nothing horrible. It's not horrific. I do kind of want to get into it.
Go for it. Yes, please.
Silk's dad is not somebody he talks too much, and not somebody that's been in his life a lot. His stepdad Elric, Phosero's dad, really truly was the dad who stepped up. Hilarial did divorce Silk's father, and I do think that it was kind of split custody of Silk for a little while, until I think it was when his mother had Phosero that I think that Silk wanted to stay with her permanently because of Phosero. And I don't think that his dad cared very much.
Jinkies. Okay.
And Silk isn't too beat up about it. He doesn't care much. Elric was a fine father figure. But he definitely... Him and Phosero were definitely, like, nanny babies. Even with... Even living under Elric and Hilarial. They very much weren't, like, a normal family. Elric tried. I do think that Elric was a loving father, especially to Phosero. Maybe not, like, fully connecting with Silk, but not accepting of him. He loves Silk. Elric is a good guy. Not the best taste in women. Gorgeous as Silk's mother is, kind of a bitch.
The problem is, and Ritz, I really regret to say this. I get it.
She's fucking banging, dude.
Like, here's the thing. I get it.
Yeah.
Like, if,
She's a mean, beautiful, tall, elven woman with long, gorgeous hair.
I cannot say any of the things that just passed through my head when you said that. None of them are appropriate for the podcast.
She steps on that, man.
Okay.
You need to put in the SpongeBob censor dolphins.
Yeah. Look, I consider myself a man very secure in what I like. And unfortunately, this is challenging those notions, and we need to keep moving before something terrible happens to me.
Yeah, okay. I will just say, very domineering woman. I think that's why her and Silk's father were divorced, because they both had very similar personalities and both wanted to wear the pants.
I can see that. I can see that becoming a problem.
Yeah. And that's why they're no longer together. There's some Howl-looking motherfucker somewhere in the world that's just messing around. And that's Silk's dad.
Phosero Witchelm, the acclaimed wizard who flies around in a blimp.
Yeah, sure.
I'd love to meet that guy.
Sure, that's his name.
Lucia. Feels right.
But being like two nanny babies, Silk, elves and half-elves age differently, so
correct.
I think that Silk has always looked younger than Phosero, but he has never acted like it. He has always acted very protective big brother over Phosero. And he certainly did more raising of Phosero than his parents did. So he loves that little shit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the family dynamic of the Witchelms.
And that's what you're reflecting on today as you enter into the Mendevian's mausoleum.
Oh yeah.
Mayor Mendevian's has, he has some people meet you. I think he himself meets you and tells you, hey, you're free to do whatever. Please do not disturb any of the bodies. We're not putting monsters down there. Please don't.
Silk has put a hand directly on Mayor Mendevian's chest and said,
I promise you not a single movement of the original, everything.
Thank you. I do appreciate that a lot. Doriana waves at you guys as you go down. And I want you all... I'm trying to figure out what would be a good roll to make for disguising a tomb to look like a decrepit dungeon. You could use deception, you could use crafting, you could use performance. I suppose occultism or religion could work if you were trying to dress up certain aspects of it. What is the plan as you work in the tomb today?
There's certainly a lot of preparation on Silk's end from his study in the Fazule manor. He does bring everything over that he thinks he needs towards it, and he wakes up early. He is spending all day down there, as long as he needs to.
Elves don't sleep for super long either. Wow. Yeah, Silk, you don't already sleep much in general, right?
Yeah.
So I think you're spending a long time down there. So what is it? What do you do? And if you're using Ageless Patience, you have an ability here. Ageless Patience. You work at a pace born from the longevity that enhances your thoroughness. You can voluntarily spend twice as much time as normal on a skill check that takes 1 action or longer. If you do so, you gain a +2 circumstance bonus to the check, and don't automatically reduce your degree of success on a natural 1. Wow, awesome. So I will say, if you spend the entire day working meticulously at this elk, you will get a +2 on whatever you roll, which is a 10% increased chance of a crit.
Beautiful. And he does spend all day.
So, looking at your skills, any of your lore skills work as well. You tell me what it is you're using to dress this place up.
I mean, I suppose Nimbleoth lore would be the most fitting because he is trying to make this look like
very clever.
An active study site for researching Nimbleoth.
Okay. Well, roll me that privately, please. Roll got. Ulrich and Fiore, how are you two working today? And I will say, Ulrich, you can have aid from dear sweet Dromai, because she will paint stuff if you ask her to.
Fuck yeah. I feel like in this situation, maybe either survival or bardic lore would work. Bardic lore for like the making this look like an aspect of the dungeon sort of thing, and I guess survival kind of in the same vein.
Okay, I think that makes sense. Go for bardic lore, I think. It'll have a lower DC because it's a specific lore. Ulrich, you remember stuff that you've learned from the many books in the library. In fact, maybe you even scatter some. You put some stuff up, making it look like shelves. You cast prestidigitation to put healthy amounts of dust on stuff. You know, you make it look old.
He brought some of his own well-loved books, took out some tabs.
Okay. And Fiore, how are you helping this place look like the Abomination Vaults?
I don't have a lore skill about it, but Fiore spent some extremely formative years living in a dungeon. So I think that he's just like, well, as long as it looks like a dungeon, it's probably fine.
Okay. I think in that case, the skill I would like you to use is, we will say Rosegard lore, because that's kind of our go-to backstory lore for you. It is, in this case, technically dungeon lore.
Okay. Here you go.
Okay. And the three of you spend this entire day making it look like a dungeon. And even when you guys are getting tired, Silk is still working as hard as possible, really trying to sell this. You two eventually turn in for the night. Ulrich, make me a second will save, actually.
Yeah.
Lol.
Ulrich's like scrawling something on the wall, and all of a sudden they fucking vanish.
Literally. Ooh, maybe not. 38.
Or not. 38, that's a critical success. Ulrich, you will be fine now and this morning as well.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, Ulrich, I think you work tirelessly. Fiore, you're like putting moss on places where you're like, if this were an undisturbed dungeon, this is where it would have grown. I notice. And Silk, you are just really trying to make this look like, I think, like you construct a lectern, and you put like the evil book in there. And by the end of it, I think at some point, Fiore and Ulrich had to return home because they were exhausted. But Silk, I think like come maybe 2 a.m. that night, finally you pull out of this place and you look down and you have disguised any sign that it is the site of the Mendevian's tomb. You have really genuinely made it look like a dungeon. And Borbo kind of rattles next to you, having just put like the last like cobwebs in the corner, and he kind of looks to you and says,
"Do you think this will work?"
I can hope it will.
He kind of smiles very weakly.
What will happen if it does not?
I will have to rely on Phosero choosing me over our mother.
This sounds like it will happen, yes?
It's not that I doubt them. I just need to be careful.
It does not seem fair to Borbo that Mrs. Witchelm would do this.
Well, what's a mother if not someone to undermine you?
My mummy was nice.
I suppose she's not usual, is she?
I will do my best to charm and make Phosero think you are the coolest wizard in the world.
I think Silk kind of either kneels down or sort of steps towards where Borbo is, picks him up and kind of holding him in like both hands so he can stand. I think that he gives Borbo a little I don't know what the better name for it is. But when you like
the nose
rub
kiss?
Yeah, you rub your noses together as a kiss.
I think he's flustered by that.
And he says,
I couldn't ask for a better familiar. And certainly not a better apprentice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
That means a lot to me. I won't let you down, Master Silk.
Thank you.
And I think you finally go back and get some rest. Because in the morning, that's when a pale horse carrying a mysterious cloaked figure enters Otari. As the figure kind of looks around, a dark cloak hiding their features, they look out around the streets of Otari and kind of cock an eyebrow, slightly not confused, but certainly noting that there is bunting up. Bunting in the colors of Mendev. Put up, of course, by the Church of Sarenrae as a welcome to the Crusader. Not that this particular Crusader is aware of that, but just noting, it almost looks like that's Mendev's flag colors all around. Well, ain't gonna ruin my day. The figure stops at Galentine's deliveries and asks if she can keep their horse for a while. And then, on foot, the cloaked figure walks through the streets of strangers. Where are they meeting you?
oh gosh, that's a good question.
I don't think you've communed with them, right?
No. Silk has not gotten to speak with Phosero since the letter from his mother. But I think that Silk has made it a point to make an early stroll on the side of town where he knows Phosero would be arriving.
Okay. What about Ulrich and Fiore? Are you two awake and here as well, or are you leaving Silk to meet with Phosero to start?
I don't think Fiore's gonna leave him alone unless he asks for it.
I guess that's actually more a question for Silk, right?
Yeah.
One.
Silk is going to ask Phosero to just sit with him back at the manor for a little bit, and then he asked he set up a specific time for Fiore and Ulrich to meet the both of them at his home.
Okay. So you're going to meet with Phosero first.
Yes.
And
That's his baby. He needs a moment.
yeah. Well, Silk,
I get it.
as this armored knight, a mage knight of the Crusades, with a sword on their hip and a staff in their hand, wearing dark armor, walks through these streets. They are pale, they have short black hair and thick dark eyebrows, and eyes which, despite not being an elf, have been magically changed through some mishaps, with dark sclera and white pupils. As you see this knight walking down Ilvashti Street, tell me what happens.
There is a very loud, high-pitched squeal, followed by the harsh fallings of heels against the stones of the street as Silk sprints towards Phosero and just throws himself onto them. I do think that Phosero is about the same height. Phosero, this has not changed. Phosero still also wears heels. Silk has a pair of like heeled boots that he made for Phosero that are like covered in constellations.
Oh my god.
And they don't have to be wearing them. But I know that Phosero also does prefer a heel to a shoe, just a much thicker one that is easier to walk in.
I think you see that Phosero has modified these particular heels to fit into armored like shoes, right?
Yeah.
Like there's armor fitting over them, but underneath it is the heels that you gave them. Phosero embraces you. You embrace them, and you take some time to just catch up with each other. Looks are sent towards the two reunited Witchelms, and soon it's all the talk of the town. Fiore and Ulrich, the two of you know that you are meeting with Silk and the one and only Phosero Witchelm in Silk's house. How are you two as you make your way down?
I think that they should meet halfway, personally.
You want to meet on the way down?
Yes.
Is that good by you, Ritz?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, and what about you, Ulrich? How are you doing?
Well, Ulrich is nervous as fuck right now. Trying so hard to think about making a good impression, but also knowing that he has to lie to this fucking veteran's face. It's just like, why not make them kill me?
Well, as you guys are making your way towards Snitch Street, you see, I think it's you hear the telltale click, 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 click of heels times 2. And you turn, and there is Silk, and there is Phosero. Fellows, what happens?
I want to say they could not be more opposite. If Silk is the sun, Phosero is the moon. Quite literally. Pale as fuck, dark hair, next to... Also, bigger frame, much bigger frame. Still like a sleek person, but bigger than Silk.
The human side is doing some lifting as well, yeah.
Oh, for sure. And then Silk, who has bright white hair and tanned skin.
Mm-hmm. Wearing beautiful couture versus the knight from the Demon Slayer land.
Yeah.
How are you two doing as you see the two Witchelms?
Hell?
Ulrich is so nervous right now.
Silk, you see these guys too.
Oh yeah. Silk waves. Silk looks fucking happy. Silk looks very happy. As anxious as he has been, Silk is so happy, and he has his arm locked around Phosero's. And he waves the two of them down, and just calls out, "Yoo-hoo, over here."
Oh, hi.
Hello.
I'd like to introduce you all. Phosero. This is my sibling, Phosero. This is Fiore Sunchaser, the darling paladin I've told you about.
And he points to Ulrich then.
And this is Ulrich Revra, my darling.
And Phosero looks at you two, and they say, "Hello."
In Fiore's head, he goes, "How the fuck? What the hell? Did Silk like absorb all of the tone out of this person?
The answer is yes. And Silk kind of rocks Phosero to the side, and he's like,
I must regale you. They are both quite accomplished in what they do. You would be impressed, Phosero.
I'm sure. I think they turn to you, Ulrich, and they extend a hand very stiffly. It is a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Silk has spoken very, very fondly of you. As Ulrich takes the hand and tries so hard to make it as firm a handshake as possible.
Make me an athletics check.
Oh boy.
oh
Let's see if you can beat Phosero's athletics DC.
Oh, it's not. Oh. Okay, do I make
That's
this public?
nuts.
It can be public for sure.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Oh, it's not a crit fail.
Good lord.
Holy shit.
You shake Phosero's hand, and Phosero grips around your forearm. It's one of those real tight squeeze going past the wrist, you know? And they say, Silk speaks highly of you.
Good to know.
And they turn to you, Fiore, and says, and you are Sunchaser, correct?
Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you. Be alright.
An honor. They offer another handshake. Make me another legs check.
Okay.
Fiore should be better at this. Ulrich isn't trained.
Fiore,
25.
I regret to inform you that Phosero crushes your hand too.
Oh.
This is a frightening thing. I don't think you were expecting, Fiore. You are a tough, strong man, you know? You're like, you have a +6 to strength or something, right? No, you have a +5 to strength. You are beefy. So this little aiuvarin, guy reaches forward, takes your hand, and you hear a click from your armor a little bit.
So fucking funny. Silk is all lit up, and he's like,
I knew you guys would get along.
They have not smiled once. Their expression, completely neutral. And they say, I'm so excited to be able to meet you all.
Aren't they super light?
Day Phosero or day you guys?
Phosero.
Okay. Yeah.
Silk actually reaches up to to pinch one of Phosero's cheeks, and he's like,
I'm so happy you haven't forgotten your manners.
Of course not. Manners are most important.
So important.
their cheek.
How are Ulrich and Fiore doing now?
He just does not know what to make of this sibling relationship. He's never he wasn't sure what he was expecting. Fiore's just like, what the hell?
Stunned, confused, unsure of what to say, all of the above.
They have an absolutely baffling dynamic.
It's quite baffling. Ulrich does not know how to approach this.
Well, Phosero, Silk, Ulrich, and Fiore, the four of you make your way back to the Menheim's Manor. Nope. To the house on Snitch Street, Silk's house. You sit in. At some point, Egonus rattles out, and, Phosero introduces themselves, and it's very scary for Egonus, who does not come back.
Silk did ask Egonus to come out and introduce himself, and it was a very fond introduction. From Silk, at least.
And I think that, again, completely stone-faced aiuvarin sits in full armor on the canapé, legs open, arms draped over their knees as they're hunched forward, and they say, "This is a lovely town."
Isn't it just so charming?
Yes.
That's why I really like it here.
The grass is so green here. It's most impressive.
Not a lick of dead life.
No, very nice. Mr. Sunchaser and Mr. Rever, you two must be proud to be from Otari.
I am.
Yeah, very.
It is good to be back here from my many travels. I had most recently, I found myself in the Gravelands. It was not a pleasant experience when the Whispering Tyrant escaped.
Oh, goodness, Phosero. You do worry me every time you tell me where you've been.
Oh, so you were on Ground Zero.
Yes, we were there. It was supposed to be our retirement, was to go to Lastwall. Alas, it was not to be.
Oh.
Well, you've come back to me in one piece, and that's what I care about.
They kind of, as they're staring very, very, like, almost expressionlessly into the distance, they kind of lean and bonk their head against Silk's shoulder. Which is the most expression you've seen them do at all, and it's literally just by leaning. And they say, I noticed much bunting. Is there a festival in town? Fiore, it's your fucking parents who put it up.
No, it's not a festival. I grew up, my parents are both clerics of Sarenrae, and when I told them that you were coming, because I tell them everything, they got excited. We're kind of a small town, so.
And they put up this bunting for me.
Yes.
Because you're just that special.
Phosero turns and looks directly at you, Fiore, with that completely, like, almost intimidating expression, and they say, "Aw, shucks. You didn't have to do that." I'm flattered. Truly.
I'm pretty sure they'd love to meet you later.
It would be an honor to meet the people who have kept this town sacred.
You would quite enjoy the temple.
I personally find myself following Nettis, the all-seeing eye.
Our temple is to Sarenrae, but there is an attached library and a place of worship for a couple of other deities, since it's the only big temple in town.
I look forward to seeing it, and I thank you very much for your hospitality.
It's really not a problem.
And you, they say, turning their head towards you, Ulrich,
stiffens.
Grim eyes settling onto you.
Phosero has really scary eyes. I need to get that across.
Yeah, no, like, Phosero had a magical accident. Phosero is an aiuvarin, like a half-elf, so they should have person eyes. They do not. They have, like, the colors of their eyes have essentially been inverted. So when they kind of settle their gaze on you, Ulrich, they say, Silk's letters told me you were a musician.
Yes, I am a bard.
I would love to hear you play sometime.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. I can strum something up that would be to your taste. Do you have a particular preference?
Oh, I do love music that can make you dance.
Okay,
One of my adventuring party members is a champion of Desna, and she would often dance as well. I have learned much from her.
Okay. God, I'm sorry, but the fact that Estella has taught them dances is just, I love.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I'm gonna die.
It makes
Oh,
me
gosh.
emotional.
Oh. Okay. I'm sure I have something in my notes about it.
Oh, please don't trouble yourself. Anything will do. I am not a picky person.
Okay, well.
I'm sure I will be impressed by anything you play.
You really will be.
It's a very toothy, nervous smile.
I love that Phosero, everything Phosero says sounds like a threat.
Yeah.
but they're just being really polite.
They're torturous to talk to as anybody who is not Silk.
Mm-hmm.
I said before the session, but most people who know Phosero, if not all, besides their closest friends, think that they hate them with the way that Phosero speaks. It is not often that somebody believes that they're in good graces with Phosero, because they sure don't make it sound like they are.
I think Phosero leans back a little bit and exhales and says, "If it is all right with you, Silk, I would like to stay here for at least a week. Perhaps more if you'll have me."
Please, 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 please stay with me. Silk absolutely clings to them.
Ah.
I've missed you so much. You must stay, as long as you like. Longer than a week is fine. A month, a year. Always. Forever.
I do apologize for how long it took me to come see you again. You must understand, after the World Wound closed, my party and I, we left. We retired to the Gravelands. It was there, when it was still Lastwall, that we experienced the Tyrant's grasp, and the Whispering Tyrant exploded out from Gallowspire. We sought refuge and moved elsewhere afterwards once we had done our part. And we returned, of course, to the Isle of Kortos, hoping that we would procure some living space with our mother. But, of course, it came to be that the island started dying, with vegetation falling into mass decay recently. We became trapped in the town of Willowside, and a siege of dinosaurs came upon us. We were trapped there for a month before we were able to move, and finally continue on our path to Absalom. We arrived just in time for the Radiant Festival, only for daemons to start exploding out from the ground and start taking over the forms of the City Watch, and a terrible Spider Queen attempted to rule over the city. Only now do we come here to pleasant Otari. I apologize for the time, but we experienced quite a number of delays.
Oh, my sweet darling, I know. You worried me sick. I felt like I could throw up every time I read your letters.
Completely casual.
Phosero trauma dumping, being like, I keep being caught as collateral damage in adventure paths, and I want to die, and so being like, oh, it really is terrible.
My poor schnookums, which is something he says out loud.
This is out of character. I'm so sorry, Phosero, for getting caught up in another adventure path.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm not in an adventure path right now, right? Right, guys?
You have entered Abomination Vault.
Oh, God damn it.
You're completely safe. Don't worry about it.
God.
And now it's Silk's turn to rest his head on his sibling's shoulder. And he sighs, and he's like,
Well, I am really glad that you like Otari, especially with how fond I've grown of it.
It is a lovely town. Of course, I am looking forward to seeing, and they kind of glance at you, the Abomination Vaults.
Oh, yes, you'll love it. I must show you my research. I doubt that Mother gave you a sample.
No, but I sought it out myself and read it thoroughly.
oh. And Silk sits up to pinch both of their cheeks again, and is like,
ow, ow,
You're
ow,
so
ow,
sweet.
ow.
You will tell me your thoughts later, right?
Yes, of course, in great detail. I do look forward to seeing the vaults themselves. By now, I consider myself nearly an expert as well.
My sweet darling, you flatter me.
Borbo in the corner goes, "Gel."
Oh, how could I forget? Phosero, you must meet my apprentice.
And Phosero looks directly at Borbo and says, "Is that some sort of cursed doll?"
Sort of. Well, yes.
Borbo goes,
but his name is Borbo. Picklebeak.
"What pleasure to meet you, Borbo Picklebeak." They lean forward to offer a hand. Borbo's...
roll for Borbo, please.
Oh dear, Borbo uses... oh god, let's see. Oh Jesus, this is gonna be bad. A +2... You know what? This is crazy. Borbo's athletics is as good as Ulrich's athletics.
Are you kidding? That's
I'm
crazy.
serious. It's the same roll.
Smile. Oh gosh.
No!
What did Borbo roll?
A
12! Surprising no one! Phosero takes Borbo's hand and rattles it, and Borbo goes... And Phosero leans back to this lovely little thing.
Right? Isn't he so cute?
Indeed. Well, no use prolonging it. Let's get the unpleasantness over so that we can begin my lovely vacation here in Otari. Will you take me to the vaults?
Are you sure you wouldn't like a little bit of tea? Sit a little bit longer?
No, I'll just get
converse?
it over with. I really want to just see the vaults and be done with it.
All right, my love.
Dem of action, as always.
Silk stands up. What has he decided to wear today? I think that Silk has on... Silk has some of his more, like, scholarly clothing on. Kind of like think Charlian attire from Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh,
okay.
Very nice. And you know what?
Yeah.
That reminds me. As you get up and you look at this beautiful robe, Phosero stops and says, that does remind me. I have something for you.
Mhm.
I know that you are not fond of wearing magically imbued clothes, but considering I crafted it myself, I would hope you'd make just this one exception. And
So,
Phosero
like,
pulls out a
Both
little
of his
package for
hands
you.
come up to his mouth, and he's already teary-eyed.
Phosero hands you a package and puts it into your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it is clearly a piece of cloth, if you'd like to open it.
Yeah, Silk opens it right away.
It is a cape. A cape which is midnight blue, matching your eyes, with a beautiful, very, very accurately depicted look at the stars as seen from Mendev.
Oh my goodness.
Sewed in gold and flowing with a little bit of arcane magic.
Silk openly sobs.
Hang on, I haven't told you what it does yet.
What does it do?
So Phosero explains, but this is an accolade robe. So let me read this to you. Although not all wizards have gone through formal training, it's become tradition to enchant robes representing the arduous training required and festoon them with honors one has earned. Typically, an accolade robe is styled after a single wizard school with appropriate colors and symbols. Wearing these robes gives you a +2 item bonus to Arcana checks. The pockets of the robe lie, which in this case I think you just be able to reach behind you into the cape to pull something out, have an extra dimensional space that can hold one bulk of items, none of which can have a greater than light bulk. The items must be related to spellcasting and academics.
You sneaky motherfucker.
What?
Is this because I've been...
Hold on, that's only partially. I have something for you. I have something for you.
That's so funny.
Do you remember how last week I said the first thing I did on my beautiful new wizard notes was I wrote, give Ulrich this item. The second thing I did was write, give Silk this item. But it can hold spell books, scrolls, wands, scholarly journals, and other academic supplies. These items do not count against your bulk limit, and you can interact to retrieve or stow items normally. But it has 2 special abilities. Number 1 is Review. You retrieve an item of your choice from the robe storage and then recall knowledge. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool.
That is really cool.
You reach behind you and you're like, let's see, what is this thing? And you pull out whatever item as you're figuring it out. Cool. But then, activate extra credit. A free action once per day. You gain 1 focus point, which you can only use to cast a school spell.
Holy shit.
Hey, it's a free extra use of Hand of the Apprentice.
That's so beautiful.
Would you like to wear the accolade robe?
Yeah, Silk, again, genuinely, openly sobbing.
Oh no, I messed up. I'm sorry.
No, Phosero, my darling, it is so beautiful. And Silk immediately throws it over his shoulders and puts it on. And he's like, I'm never going to take this off. It's so gorgeous. And Silk, like, lunges into Phosero to hug them.
Phosero catches you easily because they're very strong. And they say, I recommend you take it off to wash relatively frequently.
I will be very careful doing so. How long did this take you?
I've been making it for the last 1.5 years.
I love it. I love you, Phosero.
I am happy to have helped. and very sneakily they turn to Ulrich and Fiore and they give a thumbs up like, I think I did good, guys.
Fiore smiles at him and he nods.
Ulrich does a thumbs up back. Still very confused about all this.
Well, you guys are making your way now, not to the Abomination Vaults, but to the Menhim's tomb. How are all of you doing as you make your way down?
I mean, Ulrich is trying to keep everything under wraps, I think. Just make sure that this part goes as quickly and as smoothly as possible, so they could just move on from it and they don't have to think about it anymore, and hopefully Silk doesn't have to get shoved back to Absalom. They're just hoping that things go well, I guess.
And Fiore, how are you feeling?
He does not like lying, so he feels a little weird. Like, he's happy to see Silk so happy, but he's not feeling amazing about having to lie to this person who seems very kind, if a little socially awkward.
And Silk, how are you doing?
The whole way there, Silk, that like great big smile on his face kind of lowers. And Jesus Christ, I think it as they're walking and as he is touching the fabric of the cape that Phosero has made just for him, that he really starts to doubt this plan.
Yeah?
And yeah, oh god. I think that it's honestly, as they get to like be outside of the crypt, like before they enter, that Silk does tug on Phosero's sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, one moment, darling.
Yes.
Now, about what Mother told you about scanning the area, making sure that I am safe.
Yes.
Will your approval or disapproval truly stake my stay here in Otari?
I think Phosero sends you kind of a quiet look and says, well, Mother certainly hoped that I would tell her exactly what was going on.
And if things were even just partially dangerous, or God forbid, super dangerous, would you report that back to Mother?
I think Phosero is quiet, and they inhale a little bit, and they say, well, I certainly wouldn't want you to die on the job, would I?
No, of course not.
Is this you telling me that the place is very dangerous?
No, of course not. No. But I will have you know, your big brother is quite capable nowadays.
I'm certain of it.
So if it was extremely dangerous, I could handle myself. You don't doubt that, do you?
No, of course I do not. And I think they, again, send you a sideways look saying, but I'm sure that it won't come to that, right?
No.
And
Let's head inside.
yeah. Silk, you start pushing open the doors into the dungeons. And Ulrich, you start making your way into the vaults as well. And then it's just Fiore and Phosero for a moment, and Phosero goes, although it is strange, isn't it, Fiore?
Oh? What is strange?
I don't see any swamplands.
Oh, you know.
I was under the impression, they turn to you now, Fiore, that this was a dungeon in the middle of a swamp, but there's not even water nearby.
There is, though. Water nearby, that is.
They raise their eyebrow and they follow your gaze towards the local river, which is passing nearby, and they say, quite. And then they turn to you fully, and they stand in front of you, and they say, Silk wouldn't lie on their reports, would they?
Ooh.
My darling brother wouldn't do that.
Cornered. Oh no.
Silk didn't lie in any reports.
Phosero looks at you and says, well, you're a champion of the cause of justice. I suppose I have to believe your word. And then they kind of lean in real close to you and says, thank you for making sure that my brother stays honest.
I do my best.
They pull back, and Fiore, you can... I'd like to imagine you go...
Fiore doesn't need the sunburn to feel guilty.
Well, you guys enter into the dungeon.
The crypt, I mean dungeon, I mean...
The tomb, I mean the dungeon.
The tomb of the grave, the mausoleum, I mean the...
Yeah. The underground place.
What's crazy is that Silk even told Phosero before about his feelings towards the College of Mysteries and how Otari quite literally was an escape for him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And how he was slacking.
Mm-hmm.
And so this truly is the first time Silk has ever lied to Phosero. My god, this bitch doesn't learn his fucking lesson. How many times is he gonna fucking do this?
Well, you guys enter into the Abomination Vaults for sure. All things considered, you have done a very good job of disguising this place. The cobwebs look natural. There are effigies of Nimbaloch that are not so realistic as to actually attract her attention, but enough to, kind of make some not very familiar with the work believe it. And as you kind of make your way through, you've disguised all the tombs to make them, not stick out with little magical wards and whatever. And as you're walking, how are you all doing right now? Phosero is walking and striding very calmly.
Oh, God. Silk really thought that he could be collected during this. I think that he is a little bit tweaking. Not like so obvious that Phosero would be like, alright, pack it up. But enough for Fiore and Ulrich to notice for sure that he is not as confident as he thought he would be. The first time in his life, Silk Witchelm feels guilt. No, second time. He felt guilty lying to Ulrich. And Fiore.
Oh, Silk.
How about Fiore and Ulrich? How are you two doing?
Well, Fiore was a little bit after being approached like that. So he's just kind of trying to stay calm.
Ulrich, I think over his nerves about trying to make sure all this passes, he looks over to Silk, grabs his hand, and sort of gives the eyes of, "Are you okay?"
Very, very quietly, Silk looks towards Ulrich, honestly, with kind of a quivering lip.
I don't know if I can do this.
Well, go with what your heart tells you. I don't want you to get swept away to Absalom, absolutely not, but what do you think is best in this situation?
As an academic, there is a very obvious answer, but as a doting brother, there is another.
Silk clears his throat and steps forward. I imagine Phosero is walking first.
Well, I think Phosero and Fiore are both walking side by side, and Phosero has a torch in their hand, and they're like, I do like holding a torch in a dark place. It gives something of a rush I can't explain. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get you. I have dark vision, but I carry the torch for the others.
Wait, if you have dark vision, then why do you carry the torch?
For the others.
Can't they both cast light?
Yeah, but I don't want to make them do that when I can just carry this. And he has his shield up and it's the little crystal in it.
Oh, I see. What a polite looking shield.
This was a gift, right?
Yeah, for saving Laz de Vankervale.
Fiora's like, thank you. It was a gift.
So you're able to run up on them now.
Well, Phosero, it's been quite the arduous task to dig up what I need from this area. I'm sure you can see it's a mess down here.
Yes, many notes lying all over.
Well, as you can see, there's nothing in here. Besides my studies.
I do obviously have just a few questions to ask about the dungeon itself. More so for my own curiosity. As I said, I read your notes thoroughly, back to front. And I just want to make sure that I understand it all correctly. Well, for the first part, I am noticing that there was no sign of mitflits above, those featured in your notes.
No, they're not.
Were they cleared out?
Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. Silk, like, puts a hand to his fucking forehead. One question, he's broken. And he sighs and he's like,
Okay, don't be mad at me, please. Oh, this isn't the vaults.
No, I obviously know that, Silk.
I knew you were too smart.
Silk, it's not in a swamp.
Shit.
I appreciate you coming clean because I was going to be rather upset if you didn't.
I don't want to lie to you, Phosero. I just... this research is way too important to risk being sent back to Absalom.
And do you think I would send you back to Absalom, Silk? Is that how lowly you think of me? That I would put your life that you've built here in danger to please our mother, who you know that I know has an unfair relationship with you? Is that what you think of me, Silk?
No, I just know that if you were down in those dungeons, I sure as fuck would send you home.
Silk. I think they fold their arms a little bit and they look back at you. And they take a long moment to kind of look at you before they step forward and they put a hand on your shoulder and say, Silk, obviously I'm going to cover for your ass.
Bossy.
But I don't...
He looks up at them with big teary eyes.
But I don't appreciate being misled. Well, attempted to be misled. I apologize for interrogating you, Mr. Sunshade, sir.
It's okay.
Then they turn back to you and they say, I want to see the dungeon, yes, because I want to make sure that you're safe. But unless the place is practically churning out corpses, I'm not going to tell Mother.
What's your definition of turning out corpses?
Have you cast Resurrect on yourself once during this time?
No.
Then I don't give a shit. I think you misunderstand how terrible things were in the Crusades, Silk. If you were experiencing horrors on the levels of the Crusades, yes, I would ask you stop. I wouldn't tell Mother if you told me you would continue anyway, but I would ask you stop. But I can't imagine, they kind of look around, the amount of work that went into making this place look like the vaults rather than taking me there. I don't want to be taken for a fool. I wanted to help you, and I don't want you lying to me. Will you take me to the dungeon, Silk? And this time, actually take me, and don't treat me like I'm a child?
Ah, God. It has been a problem throughout the relationship that Silk babies Phosero. There's definitely a large crash out when Silk found out Phosero ran away to join the Crusades.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of huffs, and he looks back at Fiore and Ulrich, and then back at Phosero.
I'll take you. I'm sorry.
I just worry.
You know, I find it quite easy to lie, but you are the only person that I feel myself getting sick over doing so.
I just worry if you're willing to go to these lengths, rather than simply take me there, that the dungeon must be bad. And the production value here is already bad. I hadn't previously been worried, but now I am. And I want to believe that you're capable, Silk. And I shan't tell Mother. But if it's going to be difficult to make me feel sure that you are safe, if you are this willing to hide everything from me, I mean, the amount of work that must have gone into making this place. The spider webs up there and the bitter cold and the miasma on the floor.
The miasma?
So
yeah, you
looks
guys
down.
look down. There's a weird low-hanging cloud on the floor.
The hell? I didn't put that there.
Fiore is putting a hand on his sword.
Ulrich takes out the new bow.
And there is, in fact, a kind of slithering sound nearby, and the miasma grows stronger, and it's no longer just clinging to the floor. And Phosero looks around and says, is this not something you did?
Shit. No. I thought we cleared this place out.
When did we open the door? It was they like opened the crypt and it had just been open since then, right?
Yeah, the crypt has been reopened since, because it had been sealed for like probably a few hundred years. And then, you opened it and you came down and you defeated the guardian that was keeping monsters out.
Fiore's like, we unsealed this crypt when we defeated the guardian because of we needed the relic, Silk. And it's just been unsealed since. Because it was sealed for like 100 years before, for a long time before we came. And if you leave a crypt unsealed, it can't become a dungeon.
God.
Especially if you destroyed one thing keeping monsters out, like a giant stone guardian. And in that moment, something pokes its head from around a corner, slithering, serpent-like, with awful, awful golden eyes, a forked tongue that ends like a dart, and a metal crown on its head.
What the fuck?
And the creature that emerges is exhaling this terrible purple fog.
What the fuck?
Alright, what do you
A
mean?
massive, massive serpent with frills coming down its back, golden eyes, sharp fangs, and a metal crown it's wearing on its head pokes around the corner. And I'm posting this in Home Sweet Home. Take a look.
Oh,
It is
fantastic.
size huge. A massive creature. How did you miss this?
I was wondering why you had a strength score for Phosero.
Oh, because in fairness, Phosero has, I'm using the Mage Knight stat block that came in NPC core. I didn't have to do shit for that. Smile. Would you all like to quickly make a nature check, a arcana check, or a bardic lore check? Okay. Fiore, you know that this is a basilisk. Ulrich and Silk, you know that it's worse than just a basilisk. This is a royal basilisk.
Oh, he has a title.
Not only named for the metal crown upon its head, but for the unique potency of its poison. The creature's poison manifests not in its fangs, but as a sort of cloying vapor that sticks onto and eats away at anything it touches. It will not petrify its prey. It will instead disintegrate them. The royal basilisk can painstakingly shape a crown, some made of simple iron and other rare sky metals. They much prefer to collect crowns crafted by other creatures. Basically, these things, their poison does not petrify. It disintegrates everything, which is probably how it got into this dungeon, by digging its way through from elsewhere in the world. And when it found it unguarded, just yesterday, after hearing many, 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 many footsteps in here, well, it decided this would be its new lair. And as this thing rises up, its eyes falling on you now, and it exhaling a of poison, Phosero looks to you all and draws their sword and says, "Well, you say you're a capable fighter, Silk?"
Silk pulls out his gun, quite honestly.
They grin a little bit and says, "Perhaps you can prove it to me this way instead." And so Fogfen Few and Phosero Witchelm, the four of you come against a monstrous being from deep underground, with poisonous miasmic breath, coiling scales, and sharp fangs, as it prepares to lunge down on you and turn you into bones to suck the marrow from. This episode of Dice Roll have not been possible without the support of our patrons: Chase Curtin, Tiny Brass Ant, Celestial, Max the Knight, Kate Cornelius, Key, Windy, Als, Millie, Rose, Cel Ravow, The Protease Inhibitor, River Sports Artist, Horror Fan, Lightning Scar, Dr. Caesar MD, A Potato, Derpy Gamer, Gwyn and Boss, Meow Mai, Abyssal Chimera, Night the Werewolf Teacher, A Sleepy Bear, Kyle Damon, Phoebe Jeebies, Lux Rexus, Tony Saunders, Nita, Arave, Mott, Aries, Alexander Crystal, Skyly, Blurstellian, Generally Tricked, Transgirl Trish, Ball Punyon, Matthew Wilson Kresnovich, Tillen Shark, Jonathan Love, G. Barbera, Luke, Simon Strange, Seth, Rain, Lichelo, Gizmo, Cass, Fable McElduff, Ava, Rem T. Bright, Lonesome Chunk, Sean C., Natasha Lumley, Reflux, Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, Kane Kendrick, Sky Evangeline, Triceratops, Anna Maria, Jordan, Emily Laderna, John the Book Order, SS66 Seeker, and Dame Valley III. If you'd like to see what you can get for helping us keep rolling, check out patreon.com/diceroll today. And keep an eye out because Magic Plus is releasing very soon. Join the Dice Roll Discord or the Team Plus Discord for more information.
Hey there, I'm Hugh from Podderation. If you like today's episode, why not check out Tartan Tabletop, a D&D show as Scottish as it sounds. I won't terrify you with my attempt at a Scottish accent, but I can assure you that Tartan Tabletop is some of the funniest tabletop content you will hear all year. Find it wherever you get your podcast.
Hello, it's Ian from Respect the Crit, an inclusive tabletop RPG actual play podcast about exploring new worlds.
Our camera pans down on the world of Ord Mantell.
New characters.
Carolus would like to make a counter offer.
Chinese 2 scoops Charizard.
If that's your voice, I'm gonna be so excited.
Yeah. And playing whatever we want to play. Sabak!
What a great game.
From Dungeons and Dragons.
Can you roll another d20?
12.
You, for the next 72 hours, are 12 years old.
Oh no!
Oh no! To the post-apocalypse.
He's a vault dweller, you could probably tell with the jumpsuit and everything like that. Hey, lads, you gotta tell me where your vault is?
It's not gonna happen.
We've got stories in all kinds of settings, including video games.
This is gonna be a Sephiroth-free experience.
Horror.
Crawling out of the mirror, a nightmarish amalgamation of twisted limbs and jagged teeth, its visage a grotesque mockery of humanity.
Oh my god! And a galaxy far, far away.
This is fun, let's do it again! And then he'll punch it and we'll go into light speed.
The dice tell a story, and we have a hell of a lot of fun rolling with it.
No way.
No!
Are you
joking
me?
Oh my god. This is so... Yes.
Whatever the system, miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Join us bi-weekly, every other Wednesday for characters, campaigns, and new episodes, anywhere podcasts exist.